go there first. Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to go there first. It's okay. Yeah. That is white. Just again, straight. Straight. Angle is there. Just again, you are.
The person who's doing the prayer?
Me.
It's you.
I'm the only son. I'll take off my coat and start it. She won't.
Salva Gravadi Kaitraka, Om Gravadi 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 Aditava Gravadi, Om Gravadi Karadishwa Karadi, Kapurdu, Maratre, Samarpia, Shamarpia, speak of the water. Om Ganga Jamana Goda Veri Kaveri Saraswati Jayamundri Jalatitam Samarpia. Thank you. Om Yella Valla Adiyum Andamam Illada Devangale E Chitrai Madatal Nangam Nalil Krodi Varashatal Nam Yellorum Vandrai Serdu Namudan Iranda Varda Ammayar Tirumadi Kalamas right name 3 times
Anamah Naidu, Anamah Naidu, Anamah Naidu.
Udan Kadichi Yana Nal Marana Dukka Pratane Arabika Ogirom Ningal Yengal Udan Serdu Yellam Vatrikam Oru Nalla Mudivukum Vara Vaikka Vendum Om Yellam Valla Devangale Nirathunai Om Tiru Chatram Balam Turn off Om Yellam Valla Harichandra Maharajane E Chatrai Madatal Nanga Nalil Kurodi Varashatal எங்களுடன் இருந்த வாழ்ந்த பரலோகத்தின் காலத்தில் தாயார் திருமதி அன்னம்மாவுடன் கடைசியான நாள் மரண துக்க பிரார்த்தனை ஆரம்பிக்கிறோம். நீங்கள் எங்களுடன் சேர்ந்து எல்லாவற்றைகள் நடு முடிவுக்கு வர வைக்க வேண்டும். எல்லாம் வல்ல இறைவனோட பொன்னான கதவை திறந்து நம் காலம் சென்ற ஆழமே அம்மையுடன் பறந்து போன பரிசுத்தமான ஆத்மா உடலை ஒன்றாய் சேர வைக்கவன் பரலோகத்தில். ஓம் எல்லாம் வல்ல மகாராஜனே நீ ஏத்துனே நீ ஏத்து. ஓம் திருச்சத்திரம் வளவு. We won't need this now. Your sisters can come down. Yeah, side daughters. Right. I'll offer this water here. All you need to do is just wash them. And you can give the oil mark. You can give the sika, the pachin area, right? First the water, then the water. Don't worry about it. Just wait. Om Yellam Vali Ishwaranaka Gange Neer Abhishekam Samarpiyami. You can say Samarpiyami. Right, you can drop that oil in the mouth. You can wash that. ஈஸ்வரனுக்கு நல்வெண்ணெய் அபிஷேகம் சமர்ப்பியாமே
समर्पयामि
சமர்ப்பியாமே
समर्पयामि
சமர்ப்பியாமே ஈஸ்வரனுக்கு சீகா பச்சைப்பயிர் அபிஷேகம் சமர்ப்பியாமே
समर्पयामि
சமர்ப்பியாமே சமர்ப்பியாமே ஈஸ்வரனுக்கு நல்வெண்ணெய் சீகா பச்சைப்பயிர் கங்கை நீர் அபிஷேகம் சமர்ப்பியாமே 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 சமர்ப்பியாமே. Don't worry much about that. It'll come clean after this. One of you can do this. Panjamridam abhishekam samarpyami Panjamridam abhishekam samarpyami Panjamridam abhishekam samarpyami Panjamridam abhishekam samarpyami. Gange neer abhishekam samarpyami Gange neer abhishekam samarpyami Gange neer abhishekam samarpyami. So that will be pretty old, yeah. I'll wash this now. Go around the corner, that's what's all right. Side. Yeah, you don't do anything. This is just the perfume. You don't need to go to that, right? Om Yallamali Ishvara Pannir Abhishekam Samarpyami 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 Samarpyami. Om Yallamali Ishvaranaka Roja Neer Abhishekam Samarpyami Roja Neer Abhishekam Samarpyami Roja Neer Abhishekam Samarpyami. ईश्वरनक्य गदम पुड़ी अभिषेकम समर्पयामि 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 ईश्वरनक्य मंजल अभिषेकम समर्पयामि समर्पयामि समर्पयामि. ईश्वरक चंदनम अभिषेकम समर्पयामि चंदनम अभिषेकम समर्पयामि चंदनम अभिषेकम समर्पयामि. ईश्वरनक तिरुनीर अभिषेकम समर्पयामि तिरुनीर अभिषेकम समर्पयामि तिरुनीर अभिषेकम समर्पयामि. ईश्वरनक कुंकुमम अभिषेकम समर्पयामि कुंकुमम अभिषेकम समर्पयामि. this first. Put it in the box. No, I'm going to do the prayer there and I'll send it to you. Somebody has got a coin. One coin for this one. So. There we go. Alright, the other 9 coins, let me explain to you what it is for. The 9 coins are, in fact, all debts carried on earth must be paid for. So we are not aware of who mom was in debt to monetarily in this material. So as a result of saying, we wouldn't want mom to leave any debts behind. So you leave this here, we do not know who it is, and that is why I emphasize you put silver coin in that column. Okay, so when you offer money to our people in our religion custom, we have to do it with little nut, flour, eggs, and so we do that, and tomorrow we leave. Whoever wants to take it, but we do not. So the debts of mom care in this material world is paid for. So the other thing that's in there that why seed and all is about no man, no woman in this world is sinless, especially to creatures who can't talk. So you are saying if my mom or dad, whoever it was, who lies in this casket, had sinned to creatures who cannot talk, as a form of redemption we leaving this in the side of the road. The creatures, the living creatures that feed on them as a form of redemption. Okay, that's the reason why you're being this. And I always emphasize that you put silver coin because nobody wants to be opposition. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
But then if we keep on watching, so many directions out of the family. Yeah. And put all the extra points in all. Yeah, you can tell it 3 times.
Right, the sister and the daughter will go to the family. No, you just want to do the ritual. One have to go get thing. Amanda uses Tolly as well.
Yeah.
They will follow. That's shoulder to shoulder and you will go around properly. Om Tirujatrambalam. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Om Yallam Palle Ishwaranaki Yarnir Kai Kapura Dubadibam Yarnir Kai Kapura Dubadibam Yarnir Kai Kapura Dubadibam Aradhane Shamatpiyami. Show it to everybody there. Yeah. Take it here. Don't take the top. Deny it. Put it on the other side. Towels. You don't need to offer the whole one, you can just split them up. I will say the word, okay? Potri, offer it there. Om Mangayar Pagai Potri, Man Murudaritai Potri, Gangai Vediyavana Potri, Shankaran Magajai Potri, Bongavam Bunai Potri, Pudalamidai Potri, Yengum Nerivavane Potri, Yarir Tirtipai Potri, Isam Kadavai Tira Potri, Irevaun Kadavai Tira Potri, Sivanemun Kadavai Tira Potri. Take a drop from here, each of you. Put put that on mother's forehead and then put on George's forehead, right? As a mark of respect, as we lead Mama off to the hall for viewing purposes, all of you would have to follow the study of Mom. For the mark of respect, okay? Let's leave Mom off. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Om Namah
Please come in, take a seat, we'll do the official opening, thereafter we'll do the viewing. Thank you. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. அன்புமிக்க பெரியவர்களுக்கும் தந்தை தாய்மார்களுக்கும் சகோதரர்களுக்கும் ஒளிக்கணிக்கு முதல் வணக்கத்தை தெரிவிக்கின்றேன். இன்று தினம் அதாவது காலச்சேர்ந்த Anamah Naidu அவர்களின் ஆத்மா உணர்ந்தவும் சாந்தி. Ladies and gentlemen, we gather here this day to pay our friends tribute to Anamah Naidu was with us for the past 92 years. We ask one to pay his lives, which hands together, let's pray for our mothers, pray for our families. Hari Ladies and gentlemen, you can please come forward, you can pay respect to Anamah and our family as well. The family can sit here, the front, and you. Thank you.
Welcome. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being here this morning for my aunt, Mrs. Anamah Naidu's funeral, to pay tribute to her, to the magnificent life that she lived, and how much she meant to all of us. Just to let you know, we will have a few tributes during the course of the day. We'll kick off in a little while, not just yet, but we have tributes from Compton Pillay, from the grandchildren of Anamah, as well as a tribute from a good family friend, Calais Aaron, and concluding with a tribute from myself. My name is Anamah Naidu, and I'm Auntie Anamah's nephew. But please bear with us, and we will get through the tributes in the course of the next hour or so. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anamah Naidu. Thank you. கமலமா திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். மாசல் வினையும் மாற்றிமதியும் மாசல் வினையும் மாற்றிமதியும் மாசல் வினையும் மாற்றிமதியும்
Okay, last time.
Welcome, thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We will have a few tributes this afternoon to my late aunt, Mrs. Anamah Naidu, and we'll stagger them over the next little while. But we're going to start, and I'm going to ask firstly Mr. Carmen Pillay to come forward and provide a tribute.
Good morning, friends. I'm actually here speaking on behalf of my mother, Mrs. David Governor, who is seated over to my right. And the words I'm about to share with you now will explain why her words are probably the most significant that we will share today. The first words I'm going to share with you are words that my mother spoke at Anamah Naidu's 90th birthday, it was over 2 years ago. Celebrating a birthday is a happy and memorable event in everyone's lives, but when we are witness to a loved one reaching the age of 90 years, it is cause for special joy and celebration. I am very happy and thankful to the Lord that I'm gifted to be with my beloved friend for some 75 years. Anne and I met when we both started our high school education at Derby Indian Girls High School. We matriculated together, after which Anne became a teacher and started teaching at the Dartmouth Crescent Girls School in Derby. I entered university and also trained as a teacher and taught at Clarewood High School. Even though we worked at different schools, we never lost contact with each other. On the contrary, Anne became very much a part of our family at Edinburgh. In 1958, my father decided to go on a tour of India. Anne and I took a long leave from school and went with my parents on this tour. We left by the ship, the Karanja, and spent 8 months touring India. One of the highlights of our trip was our pilgrimage to Rishikesh, where we met Gurudev Swami Sivananda in person and spent some glorious days at his ashram, which is situated along the sacred Ganges River. We attended satsang in the evenings, and Gurudev placed one arm around each of us when he introduced us to the assembled devotees at satsang. He said, "One is a diamond and one is an emerald. One is a jasmine and one is a rose." When we came back to South Africa, Anamah lived with us for some months because we had become so close. She called my mother Amma and my father Dada, just as I did. During this time, Anne got engaged to marry Lady Naidu. When she got married at the Indian Road Temple, my mother decorated her hair in the style of the Indian bride. Anne went back to teaching and was promoted to vice principal, and later became principal of the Juma Masjid School until she retired. She had 2 children, Ashokan and Vanessa, both of whom have made their marks in the world of commerce and industry. Friends, when you reach a ripe old age as Anamah and I have, there is much joy in recalling all our good experiences. But the sad part is watching our contemporaries fade out of existence. When this happens, we have to bless the Lord for all the memories that have enriched our lives and thank Him for the gift. So that was 2 years ago, and so Amma has penned some words which she has now asked me to share with you. I am now in the sad situation of saying goodbye to my lifelong friend. In fact, I feel odd to refer to her as my friend. What started as lively chats in school grounds during lunch and tea breaks, exchanging stories of what had happened at home and away from school, was the order of the day. The sad part of our relationship was when Anne decided to live in a retirement home. Her son Ashok had made part of his palatial home for Anne's personal use and privacy, but Anne felt a sense of pride in being independent and living on her own earnings and not to be a burden to anyone. This move of hers saddened me very much, because I knew she would be starved of the laughter-loving company we were used to. My one consolation now that my loving friend has left us is that according to our Hindu belief, we will meet again in another birth and another
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like now to call upon our speaker for the next tribute, Mrs. Khaled Allen, please. Khaled.
Vanakkam, Namaskaram, good day to all. It is with a profound sense of loss and sadness that I pay tribute as the representative of the large circle of friends of the Naidu family in Johannesburg. A large number of us got to know and love Auntie Anamah through our association with her circle in Nisha and Vanessa and Sir. But before I continue, I would also like to say that Auntie Anamah shared a close relationship with both my parents as educators and through their long association with the Retired Teachers Organization, of which Auntie Anamah was an active and long-standing member. I personally have had the privilege to have worked alongside Auntie Anamah in the early 90s while she was the principal of Greenbury Primary School in Phoenix, and I was the social worker assigned to the school. I recall being inspired by this intelligent, eloquent, well-dressed lady. Auntie Anamah was the leader who steered the school and its learners to achieve and grow despite the many social ills, challenges and problems that the learners in the community was faced with. She did this with passion and fearless determination, ensuring positive change for both the learners and the wider Phoenix community. I am sure that like me, many have had the privilege of being taught, mentored, and inspired by Auntie Anamah, a lady tiny in physical stature, but one with a huge personality. This inner strength and zest for life was apparent even until recently, when she fought bravely through her illness. I am honored today to pay tribute to a remarkable soul, mother, and brilliant educator. Over the years, we celebrated together with Auntie Anamah in Johannesburg many special occasions, the last one being her birthday in March this year. Her intelligence and ability to have deep and meaningful conversations on almost any topic found us chatting for hours. She was an interesting conversationalist. We can all agree that her foremost interest was education. She would always take the time to inquire about our careers and further studies, and later that of our children's scholastic and tertiary progress. She impressed upon sound education and never forgot to acknowledge progress and success. Her advice to us as parents was, never hold your children back. Her famous words were, let them fly and make their own way in this big world. So evident in how she raised both her children. Auntie Anamah's knowledge of Hindu philosophy and culture was wide, and she would often effortlessly translate the meaning of Tamil proverbs and hymns for us to understand. Whenever she visited our homes, she would leave with many blessings for us to prosper. Auntie Anamah was always immaculately groomed and dressed, with style and panache. She would always be complimentary to anyone else who was tastefully dressed. She was proud of her family and spoke with fondness of her late parents, her siblings, and with much admiration about her many nieces and nephews. The family have asked to extend their appreciation and gratefulness to the community of friends in Johannesburg, the members of the congregation of the Midrand Madhya Kailash Temple and Guru Nataraja Sharma for the prayers, love, support, and caring during the time of Auntie Anamah's illness and her passing. To the family, we would like to thank you for sharing your dearest mom with us. We are undoubtedly richer for spending time with her. Auntie Anamah, go well and rest now. Your work here is complete. Be rest assured that your children, Asorhan, Vanessa, Nisha and Seven, and your grandchildren, Kamshil, Saranya and Vaishnav, will continue to contribute and uphold the meaningful legacy that you have left behind. Thank you.
Thank you for those profound words, Khaled. I think it resonates with what has been said before about my dear aunt. I want to read a message that the family received from my cousin Anusha Woodley in the UK, who is unfortunately not able to be with us, but I will read it for you. Dear Assault Van and families, I'm sorry that I can't be with you in person as you grieve the loss of your dear Anamah. I'm deeply saddened by the passing of my dear Anamah Naidu. Memories of our childhood and earlier years have come flooding back to me since hearing the sad news. The wonderful visits and weekends to each other's houses, trips to Dundee, the Berg and the coast, good food and lively discussions being a big part of this. Perimar was a trailblazer, an intelligent and articulate woman, way ahead of her time. She was not afraid to call a spade. She had an indomitable spirit. I fondly remember her calling me by her affectionate name, Kuni, and it still brings a warm and fuzzy feeling to my heart. Anamah Perimar and Uncle Dave played a big role in our lives and helped shape the person I've become. Farewell, Anamah Perimar. I love you and will miss you dearly. Om Namah Shivaya. That was from my cousin Anusha Woodley. Just to let you all know, thank you once again for being here. Lunch will be served as soon as the proceedings finish and the committal is done. And it's at the Dravida Hall, which is out of the gate and to the left. So you're all welcome to join us for lunch afterwards. Thank you.
குருமணி சங்கரரும் அருளித்தாய் மகனும் குருமணி சங்கரரும் அருளித்தாய் மகனும் குருமணி சங்கரரும் அருளித்தாய் மகனும் அருணகிரிநாதரும் அருள்ஜோதி வள்ளலும் அருணகிரிநாதரும் அருள்ஜோதி வள்ளலும் எப்படி பாடினோம் அடியாரப்படி பாடினார் ஆசிரியரே ஜீவனி எப்படி பாடினோம் குருமணி சங்கரரும் அருளினாய் மாதரும் குருமணி சங்கரரும் அருளினாய் மாதரும் குருமணி சங்கரரும் அருளினாய் மாதரும் அருணகிரிநாதரும் அருள்ஜோதி வள்ளலும் அருணகிரிநாதரும் அருள்ஜோதி வள்ளலும் எப்படி பாடினோம் அடியாரப்படி பாடினார் ஆசிக்குள்ளே ஜீவனி எப்படி பாடினோம் எப்படி பாடினோம் எப்படி பாடினோம்
Good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen. We'll move on to our next tribute, a special tribute from Anamah Naidu's grandchildren. And I would therefore like to call upon Kamshil, Saranya, and Vaishnav to please come forward. Thanks.
Good day, everyone. I'm sorry, I'm going to take up too much of your time. But firstly, thank you everyone for coming today and showing some love and compassion for my grandpa. So I think I'm not going to take too much, like I said, too much of your time. I think some of my cousins also want to say a few words. But I think I should say, again, thank you for everyone for coming here. I was thinking about what to say for the speech for quite some time, and I think it's very difficult to summarize 92 years of life in itself in a very short speech, let alone someone with as unique a character and personality as Anamah. I think, as has been touched on in some of the other speeches, and I think as many people would have seen from Anamah himself, from the exterior, I think everyone could just see Ma was such an elegant, well-mannered and professional individual. She always kept herself looking trim and tip-top, no matter where it would be, whether it was going to a wedding or even going down the road. She always dressed up to the T's. In terms of her manner, she was a strong commander of the English language. I think you notice that it doesn't matter who she's talking to, it could be a senior person or even a kid. She would speak very clearly, very calmly, and very eloquently to that person. And I think that very much was summarized in her professionalism throughout her life. I think as well that in terms of her personality, despite everything like looking very elegant and very proper, she was very warm inside. I think that's the thing that made her very standout and very special to myself and my cousins, is that Ma was extremely warm and caring on the inside. I think little habits that are like affectionate names for everyone. I think that was also in one of the other speeches we made no mention of nickname for Auntie Anu. And I think we all had the nicknames given to us by Ma. Mine was Gundu, for instance. And I think all of us had different names for Ma. I never called her Anamah. To me, Ma was always known as Afar. So sometimes when people tell me, as they say, like I said, Anamah passed away, they say, who's Anamah? I'll say, no, I'm Afar. And then they never take for some people. So I think Ma was, despite, like I said, her elegant appearance, she was very warm, always willing to give a warm wrap around your shoulders if you had a bad day or that sort of thing. And I think it would be a disservice not to mention that today. I think also something that's worth mentioning is she was very, very caring, and I think more than people would have even known about her. I think one of my earlier memories was when we used to stay with her every time we visited Durban in her apartment in Innisford. I used to sleep in the room with the prayer lamp in it. And I don't think many people, even Ma, would have known it, but she would wake me up, she would come in, sneak in the room quietly in the early hours of the morning, and she would do her prayers. And I don't think she would have known I was awake at that time. But I would sometimes just disturb my sleep a little bit and I'd listen. And I think Ma, on average, would spend no less than 30 minutes, with her prayers. And it wasn't just chanting or singing. It's a great amount of that time was her spending just talking to God and just wishing well on anyone. She would always keep up to date with what's happening in other people's lives. And she'd always just take that 10 minutes, spend a few moments just saying, God, please look after this person. They're going through a really tough time right now. Please can you look after this person? I hope this person is doing well in their studies. She was very, very caring and attentive in that regard. And I remember very clearly that at the end of all of her prayers, she would always say to God, she would open her arms and say, thy will be done. For her, it wasn't about just saying these words. It was a willingness and fierceness to say that it's not just me saying I want this to be done, it must be done, it will be done. And I think that's something that I really appreciated about her. And it's not something that, I think it's something that you can see throughout her life. It wasn't just words for her, she was always a woman of action. I think when I also try to think about Mom, I think about courage and ambition. I think as everyone knows, she lived in a very difficult time in this country. But throughout it all, she was, I think a lot of people would have different words, cheekiness, stubbornness, but she was fierce in everything that she took on. She overcame through those times of discrimination, racism, inequality, not only in the country's background, but also in her profession as a female teacher and lecturer in a time where that was not appreciated. And I think looking back, anyone that was around that time wouldn't say anything other than she was a strong, intelligent, fierce lady. So I feel great pride as a grandson in the actions of my grandmother and the experiences that she created and the legacy that she left for not only herself but for us to take pride in as well. I think I could go on and on about some of the experiences, but I think one of the other things that she overcame beyond all of that was in her latter years illness. At the end of the day, I think this dementia, I think maybe had its day. But Ma throughout her life was always fit as a fiddle, and she overcame many great illnesses and obstacles that came her way. And I think even in her latter years now, when her condition was slightly worsening and was slowly taking over, that you could still see like rays of her coming through, even when you would have thought it wouldn't be there anymore. She would just have spurts of, like you could just see that personality just refusing to die. I think in terms of, as I mentioned earlier, her attention to detail, the way she looked. For a while, like whenever you go visit her, you always see her just dusting her pants, making sure not a single strand of dust must be on her clothing. I think you could just sit there and watch her for like 10 minutes straight and she'd still be cleaning that thing. I think one of the most special memories I had with her recently, at this point, we never really let her talk, she didn't really walk. And sometimes when you're sitting with her, you wonder if this person is still there. But I think one of my fondest memories is recently I managed to pass my final CA exam. And I remember it took me a while to get to go to her because work was just being busy. But I went one day and I sat with her and her head was down. She was tired, not really talking. But I just whispered to her, Mama, I passed. And I just remember her suddenly, out of nowhere, getting like this rush of energy. She just shot right up. She smiled smiled big with her teeth. She raised her eyebrows. She said, "Wow." And while she didn't have the words to express it, those actions meant more to me than anything else, and any word that she could have even said at that time. It's something that I'll keep in my mind forever. That I was able to share that special moment with her. I think again it was something that was very true to Mom. Is that she couldn't have a greater value for education. As a teacher or in general, it meant so much to her, the value of education. So it was a very special memory for me because I know that throughout her life, that's all she ever wanted for us. Forget success, forget looks, forget everything else. It was always about what and you can, I think, ask my cousins as well. Whenever she sees us, after all the pleasantries, she'd ask me, "How's your report? How's your school? How's your grades? Do you need help? What can I help you with?" She was so caring and so loving that regard. And I think she knew that that would be the thing that would, when she closes her eyes one day, that's the thing that's going to keep her kids going, keep her grandchildren going, is that value to an education and to learn further. I don't know, to be honest, like I said, I could continue going for hours, but I think I'm going to cut it short now and just say, to Echo, I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss coming to visit you every weekend. Just spending those 10-15 minutes in your company, out in the garden, just listening to nature, just telling you what my problems are. And even though you may not sometimes answer them, I know you have the answers, and you're just waiting for me to figure them out. I'm gonna miss you a lot.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, I would be called often by Pops. So, I'll introduce myself. So, Pops Ava, which was our name for her, was the most caring, respectable individual and our grandmother that I can look up to any more than I already do. She was such an impressive person, and she was such a role model. If there was anything that I could choose to describe her as, it would be a role model for me, and I'm sure she'll understand it, because in every way she held herself in life, there was always importance and value in what she did. For example, as Michelle was talking before, she valued education more than anything. She imparted into us the importance of learning for yourself and for taking that further into your life. And that's how you'll do well in life. That's how you'll continue to do well into your life later on. And I think even though she was such a professional person, she came across so well with everyone. She had so much love in her heart for her family. And it came across so well in the way that she talked to her grandchildren, all of us, in the time that we did get to see her. Because Sharani and I, we didn't always live in South Africa for all of our life, so we had not a lot of time with her, but when we did have time with her, it was always meaningful and it was always valued the time that she spent with us. But she would always try to go out of her way to try and talk to us and have meaningful conversation about what we're doing in life and what we want to do in life. Because she cared so much about how we were doing, and she wanted to have that important connection with us. And I think she did the most brilliant job, and I couldn't be any more happy with the time that I did get to spend with her. But I think she did have such a long life, so it's not so much that we are mourning the past, but we're celebrating such a well-fulfilled life that she did so much, and she touched so many hearts of everyone here. And I think that the time that I spent with her would be some of the most important moments of my life, and I couldn't have been more grateful to have her as a grandmother. Long may her soul rest.
Thank you. Congratulations for the public tribute. Thank you.
Namaskaram. Good afternoon. I think we were all have been incredibly moved by the tribute from Kamshil and Vaishnav, and I think you can see the eloquence has been passed on in terms of the way they articulated what Anamah meant to all of us. So my name again is Eulogy. I'm Anamah nephew, the son of her elder sister Kanada. Anamah was the second of 9 children born to my grandparents, Logan Ball and C.K. Cherry Pillay. She is survived by her children, Asoka and Nisha, Vanessa and Sivan, and their children, Kamshil, Saranya, and Vaishnav. And she is survived by her one sister, Duxi Sinai, who is here with us today. On behalf of them and the extended family, we thank you all for being here today to commemorate, but also to celebrate, as Kamshil said, a life well lived. I'm not going to make mention of the many attributes that have been adequately dealt with by Kale and by Kamshil and Vaishnav in terms of her stylishness, her elegance, her fastidiousness, her fussiness. But perhaps she was best known as a consummate orator, public speaker, articulate, eloquent, but also very engaging. She was in high demand as a speaker and MC at events and functions, both within the family and beyond. Soon after I returned to South Africa, having spent many years in England, she took me under her wing and prepared me to take over that mantle, at least at family occasions. But I never imagined that one day that would lead me to delivering a eulogy at her funeral. I hope I do not betray her confidence today. My aunt was a pioneer, a trailblazer, and a role model. She was fiercely independent and strong-willed. And in the course of her life, she shattered glass ceilings and paved her own journey as an academic, as a teacher, a wife, mother, sister, friend, colleague, amidst many other roles that she played. In these achievements, she was supported and encouraged initially by her father, my grandfather, and then by her husband, Uncle Dave, as well as her broader family. Having matriculated at Durban Indian Girls High, she went straight into teaching, firstly at Dartmouth Crescent, and as we've heard from Camden earlier, her lifelong friendship with Auntie Devi began at that point. And then she joined, as Camden mentioned, Auntie Devi and her family on a trip to India in 1958. She may have been then 26 and already been courted by Uncle Dave, but nevertheless, the final decision on whether she would go or not rested with my grandfather. During the many conversations that I've had with Anamah Naidu over the years, she would regale me with stories about my grandfather, how she was the apple of his eye, and she was clearly able to get him to succumb to her wishes to go on that journey. As a father of two girls, I think I know how that works. Despite his somewhat traditional beliefs, her father was quite liberal for his time. Anamah and her siblings were encouraged to participate in sports, with some of them excelling in athletics and tennis. They were amongst the first young girls, Indian girls in Durban, to be allowed to wear shorts and ride bicycles. She got married to Uncle Dave in 1960, not long after her return from India. Another little known fact is they had an anti-nuptial contract when they got married, way back in 1960, way before it became vogue many years later. And I must also tell you that Uncle Dave and my father were first cousins. So two first cousins married two sisters. And my father certainly played a role in introducing them. Anamah continued teaching, and encouraged by Uncle Dave, began her academic journey, studying part-time while nurturing a young family. She would spend her days as a teacher, come home and prepare the evening meal for the family, and then be taken by Uncle Dave with Vanessa and Asilda in tow to her evening classes, where they would wait for her until she finished, and then they returned home. Uncle Dave more than played his role in supporting her, breaking down gender stereotypes by offering and doing the lunches in the morning and the school runs on a daily basis. Following this ritual, Anamah graduated with a BA, a Bachelor in Education, and then an honours degree in psychology from UW. And it was with this latter degree that she graduated on the same day as one of her nephews, my brother Krish. She taught at many schools during her illustrious career, as has been mentioned: Dartmouth Crescent, Truro, Greenbury, Reservoir Hills, Harlock, and Effingham Primary. But it was at Juma Masjid that she again broke the mold once again, becoming the first non-Muslim principal at that school. In between these posts, she also taught at the Springfield Teaching and Training College, where she lectured in both education and Afrikaans, and nurtured the new entrants into the teaching profession. Amongst these was my sister Shanta, who recalls how Anamah played a pivotal role in having her and other students readmitted to the college after they had been expelled for engaging in anti-apartheid protests in 1973. She provided the students with wise counsel and guidance, and persuaded the college hierarchy, including her immediate superior and department head, Professor Brandt, to take the students back. She pleaded with them on the basis that many of those students, including my sister, were in their final year at Teacher Training College. The powers at the college at the time had a grudging respect for her because of her leadership qualities, her intellect, and her proficiency in the Afrikaans language. She was not afraid to challenge authority, especially when she knew she was right, which I guess was most of the time. She left the Teacher Training College after she confronted the leadership there and told them, if I'm doing so much damage here, then move me. And with that, she went back to teaching in schools. As I think has been said many times already today, her contribution to the education sector must be saluted and celebrated, for she played an incredible role in nurturing young educationists and instilling in all of us that came across her the importance of education. She retired in 1991 and regrettably, Uncle Dave passed away just a few months later. They were denied the opportunity to reap the fruits of their decades of hard work and enjoy retirement together. It was deeply saddening after all they had together worked towards. But she found comfort in the company of her peers in the Federation of Retired Teachers, which Kale mentioned earlier, and she played a long and active role there and enjoyed many excursions and holidays with her colleagues there. She was a renowned world traveler, clocked out many air miles. Her travels took her to India, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, UK, and the Far East, and I certainly remember very vividly, and many visits to London when I was still there visiting our family. She was married to Uncle Dave for 31 years, a partnership steeped in a shared vision, a shared destiny, and an unwavering commitment to each other. Albeit, as I have said, one that was somewhat unconventional at that time. She pursued her professional career with Uncle Dave's full support. He took on many of the family responsibilities to allow her to focus on her studies and her career. We were, as Anusha's message that I read out earlier emphasized, a very close-knit family. We all got on extremely well. Almost every weekend and school holiday was an adventure, visiting each other and bonding as a family amidst the food, the fun, and the laughter. The six sisters, as we call them, were incredibly close and created a family environment that we all cherish even to this day. Kale also spoke about her love for the philosophy of Hinduism, of the Tamil, our Tamil heritage, and the language itself, something I believe she inherited from my grandfather. She embraced it fully and would revel in telling stories about our culture, the meaning and the origins of the many rituals that we practice and which she studied assiduously. And perhaps it is no coincidence that when she was called to rest a few days ago, it was on the occasion of the Tamil New Year. Her personal traits cannot go unmentioned. She was, as Vanessa put it to me, rather OCD when it came to cleanliness, perhaps even more so than the rest of her sisters. Anything that didn't move or didn't move fast enough would be dusted frantically and frequently. She had this obsession with washing shoes, which she would do on a regular basis. And my sister Shanta tells me the story of when they were together in India and would return from a day of sightseeing or shopping to a 5-star hotel. And Anamah and I would dust herself off and clean her shoes before she went into the hotel room. Anamah and I was tough, strong-willed, and a fighter. Diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 85, she nonchalantly told the doctors, and I quote, "Cut it out and take it away." They followed her instructions immediately, and yes, she defeated the cancer. As she approached her 90th year, she overcame the COVID virus when many people of her age had succumbed to it. She lived a full and rich life that we must celebrate, even as we grieve and mourn today. Her legacy has much to offer for all of us. We embrace the teachings and the lessons that she imparted to each of us, and that have left such a lasting impression, as you've heard from the tributes today. As I conclude, on behalf of Asok and Vanessa, Nisha and 7 grandchildren, as well as the extended family. We must express our thanks and gratitude to the wonderful staff at the Total Care Waterfall facility where she spent her last years. The quality of the care provided there enabled her to live a longer and better life. We also wish to thank the undertakers that have assisted the family, ran funerals in Johannesburg, and keep Shaka funeral services here in Durban. We shall miss you tonight. It is time for a well-deserved rest. Om Namah Shivaya. As we conclude this formal part, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to repeat what I said earlier in terms of the lunch arrangements. Lunch will be served immediately after the conclusion of the service and the committal at the Jarida Hall, which, as I said, is out of the main gate and to the left. And I also wish to inform you that the ceremony will take place on the 28th of April in Johannesburg. The time and venue and details will be confirmed in due course. Once again, thank you all for being here with us today to celebrate life and to be with us as we say farewell to our master. Thank you.
இன்று தினம் அதாவது காலம் சந்திக்கிறோம் Anamah Naidu அவர்களை ஆத்மாவும் நற்கதியும் சாந்தி. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, you can here this day to pay tribute to Anamah Naidu was with us for the past 92 years. It is indeed a very, very sad day for the Naidu family and for all of us, ladies and gentlemen. One of our great saints, Sudhamurti Swami, says, Parvavadu Mayamita Mannavatinum, life is only an illusion, but death is certainty. Ladies and gentlemen, we all have to go through this procedure someday or another. That's one of the reasons why we do good, be good, do not hurt others because we don't have the right to do so. Live in humanity, live in dignity. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Naidu family, once again we like to thank one and all for being present, taking time out, being with our family, for your floral tributes, for your financial and special rallying around. Ladies and gentlemen, anyway, which you have the family, they are accepting and thank you. Please take note, the 6-day memorial service is in Johannesburg on the 28th of April. Please take note of that it's actually the auspicious day of our Amah's 6-day memorial service. Ladies and gentlemen, we will do the last tribute, that is the rose tribute. We ask the members, the family members to offer rose to Amah. Just give our love, say, Mom, we love you, and please guide us as his mother and go on. Thank you. Take each rose and go for the stem just to be just the petals only. You come forwards and you offer Amah that rose. Hari Om Tirudhambaram Hare Shiva Shiva Om Hare Shiva Shiva Hare Hare Om நம்மை Shanti. You follow from 6 followers, please come forward. 3 on either side. 6 followers, please come forward. Govinda, 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 Hari Narayana, Jaya Narayana, Jaya Jaya Narayana, Hari Narayana, Jaya Narayana, Jaya Jaya Narayana, Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya, Namaha, Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya, Namaha, Shiva 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 Shivaya, Namaha, Shiva 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 Shivaya, Namaha, Hari Om, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Eulogy, please take note, ladies and gentlemen, there is lunch, supper that's provided for you. Please do partake just down the road. There's 50 meters down the road on your left. At the Dravida Society Hall on your left, the family has arranged supper or lunch as you call it. So you please do partake before you proceed home. Ladies and gentlemen, please after your supper have a